The probe market, as defined by Analysis Maison, is about $1.1 billion market. It really is constructed of a number of different areas. I mean, they define it specifically on probes that are connected into the network. We look at things from a broader context of performance or service delivery management, and probe being a way to extract data and intelligence from the network about services, service delivery, and all the relationships of the services across the network.
Okay. And Netscout, over the last 5 years, has conquered a lot of customers. I think you said 140 some odd operators around the world. Is that right?
Yeah, we're deployed in 147 service provider networks across 46 countries. We have 5 LTE networks that we're deployed in North America. We're in every North American operator from a mobile operator perspective across U.S., Canada, as well as a number of significant deployments across Europe, Middle East, Africa, Asia, Latin America.
Why were you able to garner such a large portion of the market?
Well, there's been a big transformation and drive towards IP, as most people are aware. And going into an IP environment requires a significantly different approach to managing service delivery. It's different than the TDM world where you focused on things like signaling. Now you have to look at both the payload, the user plane or data plane, as well as the control plane traffic. IP traffic runs differently. And what Netscout's been really uniquely positioned with our roots in the enterprise side and really focus on IP for a very long time is enabling really the operators to address the challenges associated with IP service delivery.
Okay. Earlier you felt like you mentioned the market had a lot of room to grow. Can you talk a little bit more about what might be the catalyst for the operators to invest more in this type of technology?
Sure, I think there's a number of factors. Certainly the data explosion continues to be a big factor for operators and just dealing with the monumental tsunami of data growth, but underlying that data growth is more and more sophistication in applications and services that operators are looking to provide, both to differentiate their services, to drive incremental revenue from a user ARPU perspective, but also to maintain customer loyalty, right, to reduce churn. So that consequently then requires more sophistication from a service management perspective. So we see the customer experience, user experience becoming a driving factor as well to retain those customers and maintain that. So things like cloud, mobile cloud services, premium services, and dealing with over the top and continue to require operators make investments in service management technologies.
Okay, and Steve, you mentioned that your traditional buyer is someone in the network operations group, and then you went on to say there might be other groups within an organization that would be interested in the data and investing in this technology. Can you maybe talk about what those groups would be and why they would use your technology?
Absolutely. The network operations team has been the traditional buying center because we come from a network perspective. We sit on the network with an appliance, a DPI appliance, that's looking at all the traffic. So that's the natural place that it sits. But our data and the value of what we provide is increasingly being used by other groups in the operational environment. The service operations team, the CTO office, product management office, customer service and support to gain more and more intelligence. Service and support team in the sense of solving problems, but the product management and CTO office to identify new products to roll out, as well as to manage the rollout of new products and services and see what the uptake is and the performance of those. So we're seeing an increased use across the operator environment, which really allows them to leverage an investment that's being made by one of the groups. This is a trend that we're seeing in both enterprise and service provider environments, the breakdown of operational silos and the movement away from I've got my tools in my domain to getting a much broader view.
Can you talk about what that expansion into different areas of a provider will mean to your revenue growth?
It certainly has an impact for us from a revenue perspective, also in a value creation perspective for our customers. Being able to drive more coverage across the network and become more operationalized in carrier environments is really a key part of our growth strategy within the service provider space. Our strategy is not based upon charging for multiple applications and for each incremental capability that we deliver, charging more. Our strategy really centers around providing a single appliance, monitoring appliance that can be leveraged for multiple uses, multiple capabilities to bring more value to the operators.